Was there bias by the moderators today, in y'all's opinion?
Let's just look at body language. Look at the facial expressions of people when they're looking at Trump. There was clearly a bias against Trump in their faces. Let's take my other opinion. This is all my opinion. There's a little bit of a thumb on the scale when you ask one person 2 questions in a row.
Oh, we've all tried that with our kids, friends, family, co-workers, employees. There's always a little bit of difference, especially whenever things aren't the truth, and especially whenever you want to change the answer. And I believe that's exactly what ABC did. Now, Dr. Phil brought out some of these body language experts. It's not long ago Dr. Phil was dunking on Trump like Michael Jordan on Muggsy Bogues. But it's awfully funny that Dr. Phil has suddenly saw a trend. And there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that are suddenly conservatives, suddenly some professors, they're suddenly conservative that are putting out content, and they're just latching on to the train. And it's a money train. You can't really fault them, right? They're just trying to, make a little scratch to pay the bills or whatever else they're doing. But Dr. Phil's got a lot of money. And Dr. Phil, I think Stevie Wonder could have saw the media bias. Ronnie Millsap could have saw it. If you know who Ronnie Millsap is, that's why you're watching this channel.
As the primary question, and it's a softball question. That feels like bias to me. I would challenge them to tell me why that's not bias if I were in his situation.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, we're seeing the commentators, they would be speaking at the same time President Trump was. So as he's trying to finish his answer, they would not only answer, they would keep talking as well. And you can tell, and I believe, if I'm correct here, the volume of his microphone might have been a little bit hotter than everyone.
That's exactly what they were doing. When you want to get a point across or you want to come across as aggressive, you speak louder. That's, human nature 101. That's exactly what they did. There was a little funny business going on at this debate. Can't prove it, probably never be able to prove it. Just like those Bluetooth earrings that the moderator was wearing, as well as Kamala. Any coincidence? I think not. ABC, owned by Disney, all a charade. They've been making Star Wars movies forever. They did a really good job. James Earl Jones, rest in peace, voice of Darth Vader, making him out to be this evil villain. Now, with just a little bit of tinkering with sound, lighting, camera angle, zoom, coming down overhead, you can make Trump look like whatever you want. You can turn him into any villain you want. Dr. Phil brought these experts on. I don't think he got the answer he wanted. And Dr. Phil did an interview recently with Trump and Trump Tower, and he just pretended to be, in my opinion, this Trump supporter. I'll let you decide for that. Make sure you hit the like, thumbs up, subscribe button. Follow me down below. And just listen to these guys. They really bring up some great points. And it's rare for Dr. Phil to have a show on where he's just not exploiting people for their personal faults, which is how he made a career.
Everybody else's. That's why he sounded so loud. He was speaking loudly. But I think you'll hear this when you listen back and forth. This is my opinion.
Well, let me remind everybody that Scott's a Grammy-nominated music producer, so he knows a little bit about sound.
So I pay attention to that stuff a little bit. So he sounded a little bit louder to me. So that whether that was on purpose to make him sound more aggressive, I don't know. But he was pretty loud in there.
Here were the questions until I had to walk over here. When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago? Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs? To Trump, why should women trust you on the issue of abortion? To Harris, why did the Biden administration wait until 6 months before the election to take action on immigration? To Trump, how would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? To Harris.
Okay, let's stop right here. All of these questions, we don't need paid actors to ask. There's no reason you bring out David Muir. He always looks constipated. Most of these moderators always look like they need a bowel movement. We don't need that. You do not need that. You have two candidates. They go on stage. They got a notepad, bottle of water, no earrings, none of that. No Bluetooth earrings, okay? No earpieces. You put them on stage. Just like you're watching me on a big digital screen, probably in your living room having some coffee. Some of you might be just doing the endless scroll while you're, dropping a deuce. That's okay. But my point is, and thank you for watching me on the toilet. We all need quiet time, and I really appreciate you watching me with your quiet time. Why not just put up a big screen and you put the question up? You give Trump a minute, minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. You give the rebuttal 30 seconds. Next question. You're not paying anybody. You don't even need to do this on a singular network. You could broadcast this to the American people just like a State of the Union address. You pull all of the bias out of this. All of the bias is gone. You just get facts. You don't have moderators fact-checking. I hate the term fact-checking. You don't have the moderators arguing, more importantly, defending one candidate. Did you see either moderator say anything to Kamala Harris when she lied? She lied about certain things. You can say she stretched the truth, modified the truth, whatever. Try that with your kid. Try that with an employee. Try that with someone that you're going to arrest. Try that with your judge when you go to court. It's a lie. Stretching the truth is a lie. Not telling the whole truth is a lie. It's a charade. Paid actors, David Muir and the other clown, I don't even know her name and don't care. The mainstream media did something amazing. They exposed themselves. And Donald Trump debated 3 versus 1. And there's a lot of people who are going to say Donald Trump lost the debate. But I'll tell you who won the debate. The American people. There were people in the middle that were undecided that are now suddenly switching to the Donald Trump campaign. I'm going to show you that clip. Stick around to the very end. I got a great clip at the end. It's going to seal the deal.
Harris, why have so many of your policy positions changed? Fracking, assault rifles, the border. To Trump, is there anything you regret about what you did on January 6th? Do you acknowledge that you lost the 2020 election? And in each of these questions to Trump, there were fact-check follow-up questions, and I didn't hear that to Harris.
Nor did I, and there's a way you ask a question. I interrogated people for a long time, and when you're doing that, you want to look at, how do I ask the question? Why didn't you say, why have you not done anything about the border, as opposed to Trump, didn't you? There's a more negative tone often towards Trump. At the end of the day, this is about finding out what they think and giving everybody a chance to understand it. And I thought it was a little heavy-handed at times, just my opinion.
A little heavy-handed at times. Wow. Check this out. I want you to see this.
I really, really wanted Vice President Harris to hit it out of the park. I don't think she did. I think she did better than some people expected her to. The cackle was not there. I kept waiting for it, and it didn't come. But I still didn't get answers. I didn't get answers to fundamental questions that we need to know as voters. And we just keep getting circled around that.
Like what? What did you not get an answer to?
Her economic plans. What is an opportunity economy? What does that mean? Who's paying for the tax?
Opportunity economy. Man, that sounds so good. Sounds so wholesome. Give everybody a hug. What does it mean? That lady there says we didn't get any answers. We didn't get answers because Kamala did not answer one question straightforward. Anytime she was asked a question, she would talk about her childhood, growing up in a middle-class family, a middle-class black family, not the Indian family in Ontario, Canada that she really grew up with, but this make-believe family. She grew up with the Cosbys, right? She was a Cosby kid, right? That's what Kamala tried to paint the picture as. This lady calls her out for it, not giving a real answer. Opportunity economy. What the hell is that?
Tax cuts that she's proposing, because in my opinion, giving people down payment assistance on houses just drives inflation up higher.
Whoa.
Who's paying for all of these child tax credits? That's just the taxpayers coming out of pocket and hurting the middle class again.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, this is so good. This is just a normal American lady that was on Dr. Phil in the audience. And just like you and me, we want answers. Kamala Harris is not giving answers. It's story time. It's story time.
So I don't think that we got to the meat and potatoes of the things that really matter. And we know from Donald Trump's presidency before, he can fix the economy. So I was really looking for her to make an impact on my thought process tonight, and she didn't deliver that.
So here we go. Clearly a bias against Trump, no doubt. Scott Rouse observed Trump's microphone was louder, no doubt. Number 3, fact-checked by moderators during responses. You can't deny it. Number 4, moderators frequently spoke over Trump. Can't deny it. Number 5, Greg Hartley, that's the sound, body language expert there, noticed Trump received more questions with a negative framing. How you ask the question is very important. Just like when you go to court, a lawyer never asks a question they don't know the answer to. Now let's check out the comments here. This is amazing, the comments. ABC has literally no credibility left. That was a drive-by debate. Can't disagree. We all saw 3-on-1 fight with our own eyes. Exactly. Making Trump's mic louder than Kamala's to make him sound aggressive. Pretty dirty trick here. Look at ABC taking all the hits while Kamala slept quietly on stage. Okay, the American people see what's happening. Trump versus the 3 moderators. The comments are gold. Regardless, Trump won on policy. The only people happy tonight are the people that hate Trump because Kamala threw a dagger at him all night. Trump's numbers improved on the economy. One policy important to voters. There you go. Kamala did nothing to really help her case. I think the Democrat Party, ABC, was exposed. They showed their true colors. You can't deny it. The moderators were biased. They were pretty obvious, but there's also a degree of bias. You can be biased a little, some are a lot. These 2 moderators were off the chart. I'm sure many of you are biased. I am too. I want America to be America again. I want people to succeed. I want DEI policies out of there. I want a southern border that is locked down. And if you do those things, the economy is going to get better. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you watched the debate, what answers did you get? I didn't get anything from the Kamala presidency. I didn't get anything from the Democrat Party. I got a lot of hate, vitriol, a lot of lies, Take care. Veteran Bikers out. I'll see you on the road.